Everybody doing? Hopefully you are doing well. Now, today at Counselor's Journey to Private Practice, we're going to dive into a Q&A from one of you awesome clinicians out there. Now, here's the question. Hey Juan, can you tell me what I need to know about SEO in blog post? SEO, search engine optimization, in writing blog posts, right? So, let's just dive in, right? What do we need to know? I'm going to share with you before we get too deep. Check the podcast out. There are some episodes on there that go into these areas. Visit A Counselor's Journey to Private Practice. There are blog posts that go into these areas. That way you're able to get a lot of that free content right away. But if you want to ride with me, if you want to get on that trail that says blog post writing, right, or SEO support, I'm more than happy to work with you if you want to do something a little more private as far as consultation. Now, to get into the key areas I'll share with you. Number one, you can always outsource. There are so many professionals out there in the field that their job title connects 100% to this area. So that means that you as a clinician can focus on the things that you need to do. And then you can pay them money to be able to do the things that you don't want to do while feeling really positive and secure that they're going to do an awesome job because they have the skills and knowledge to be able to do that. A little more practical advice or support that I want to share with you is being able to know what an internal external link is. So overall, internal link is if you have your blog post, you are able to write a blog on anxiety tips. And then inside the website, you have another page that talks about services. One of the services is anxiety. You link those two together. You link them together. That then boosts your SEO, search engine optimization, because it shows Google, right? It shows the online space that you're doing a good job by connecting these two areas together. And by having a website that people can trust. That'd be a lot different if someone landed on your blog post and you had that link, but they clicked it and it went nowhere, right? That's not good. It'd be the same thing as you going to a brick and mortar business, knocking on the door. It says open, but there's nobody there, right? That's not good for business. The other area I want you to look at is keywords, right? So whenever you are writing a blog, right, in connection to SEO, it's important not to just write about a bunch of random things. Do some keyword market research. A simple strategy to use would be that you get on Google, type in a sentence as far as, let's say you're an anxiety counselor, helps people with anxiety. You could put anxiety tips, and then you start seeing on Google that a bunch of statements will come down. Like things that you may see as anxiety tips for work, anxiety tips for kids. That gives you an idea of what people are searching for. So then from there, you can have a strong understanding of, let me write around these areas. What you can also do is you can see what other people are doing. So when you write anxiety tips, you're going to see some top ranked posts. So those top ranked posts already have titles. All you got to do is just reuse them, recycle them in a different way. Do not copy and paste. Do not do that. But just recycle. No different than if we go to academia, right? In academia, we look at research. Research, a lot of it is piggybacked off of what other people are already doing. You can go all the way from CBT, old school, when it first started to where we're at now. And if you notice, a lot of the research continues to use the past one. They're not copying and pasting it, but they're growing off of it. And you can do the same thing when it comes to blog writing. And the last one I want to share with you is giving yourself some kind of goal as far as how many words you want to have in there. I try to stick to about 500 or more. If you can get upper to 1,000, even better. And making sure that, when you are writing those 500, 1,000 words, that the words themselves have those key items connected into it. Key items meaning your keywords. And it's not dumped in there. Dumped in there would be if your keyword is anxiety counseling. You wouldn't want that in every single sentence, right? You would have anxiety counseling tips as a header maybe. And then in the bottom, you would have 5 ways to manage anxiety at work. And then below that, you could have common anxiety symptoms. So it's a nice read. You're not dumping that keyword everywhere. And people get a really good experience from your read, and they also get a valuable resource. That's going to help boost your SEO. That's going to make sure that when you're writing a blog post, it's a really good looking blog post. And just as a side note, check out A Counselor's Journey to Private Practice. Go to the courses. There's going to be a course on the website where you're able to learn how to write blogs, but from a clinician's perspective. Because there's different angles we could take. So I want to show you how the blogs at A Counselor's Journey to Private Practice, as well as my private practice, Santos Counseling PLC, how those blogs are written, all the way from the creation process to that last button that you click and publish. I want to walk you through it so that you're able to know exactly what to do step by step, play by play. All right. So if you haven't done so already, I'm going to ask for a couple of kindness here, a couple of favors. Number one, I would love if you could subscribe to this YouTube channel. Number two, I would love if you can go to the podcast and subscribe there. Be a listener. That way, every week you're getting these videos and you are getting podcast episodes that have amazing guests. And then as you do those two steps, you're going to have a third one that happens. The third one is I would love if you could share what we're doing here, right? The family, the community that we're growing in a counselor journey to private practice. I'm in a journey. You're on the journey. We're all on the journey. And sometimes when we have a lot of people on a journey, it feels a little less lonely. So I would love if you could share this with clinicians in your area. Forward this video and any of the items from the podcast to this video to clinicians in your area that you think would find it helpful. All right. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing space with me. Have a beautiful day.